Finally, a Friday morning. Good morning, Gene. We made it.
Finally, we made it. That's right.
We did. We're just about ready for the weekend, are we?
Getting closer by the minute.
Do you have any plans?
To get closer by the minute, to get through Friday and on into the weekend.
On into the weekend. Carroll, of course, took he start.
Got a head start, yeah?
Yeah, he apparently has something to do with the weekend.
He headed out into the wild blue yonder.
Yeah, the rest of us going to have to go home and watch cartoons. Which is kind of what, well, I get to work tomorrow, and then it's cartoon time.
Are you telling on yourself? Is this a part of you that we don't know about?
I have a 4-year-old at home, and we dedicate ourselves to the puppies.
So the cartoons.
Yeah, there's something puppies. He loves the puppies.
So how long do you have to watch the cartoons?
They last about an hour.
Well,
and then we switch it on to something else, and then he comes back and demands to get back onto the cartoon channel. He's a very demanding young man. He enjoys his cartoons, and he's a Nickelodeon guy right now, but he is also he's learning about SpongeBob.
SpongeBob
so
SquarePants.
We're graduating into SpongeBob from the puppies. But
well, you'll never be the same with those. With the SpongeBob.
I've went through all of those.
Yeah, I was going to say, haven't you been down this road before?
Several times. Several times. In about 4 years, it's going to go into the wrestling. And they find wrestling about 10, 11 years old.
Yeah.
And so we got that one ahead of us too.
We're talking like the WWF or something.
WWE, I think I call it now.
They keep changing.
But we started it as a WWF.
Yeah.
Back in the Hulk Hogan days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my son. He was a big wrestling fan.
By the way, did you watch the boxing of Anthony Ruiz?
No, I didn't get to see that.
Yeah, that was a very good boxing match.
Well, he was in shape, and so that made it a big difference. Somebody who could actually cheer on and feel good about cheering.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he admitted that he was full of himself the last time.
Well, he made a bunch of money, and I think when he got after that fight, he reconciled himself by finding out how fast he could spend it all.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he realized it does go a little bit faster than you realize, he decided it was time to get back in shape, get back into it.
Yeah.
So making some more money.
Yeah, he did.
So he should have some good paydays ahead of him because he did look really good. He had one bad round. I think it was the second round that I heard of.
Knocked him to his knees.
And then he came back and did very well.
Mm-hmm. And actually, it was twice that he went to his knees.
Well, but he came back.
He came back. And that's all that matters.
Yeah, he did. That heck of a lot better than the champion guy that he beat. Because when he knocked that guy down to his knees, he just didn't want to get up.
Yeah.
But I guess he hit a lot of losing that weight. That's my concern. I'm not that big of a boxing fan, but I know that they lose some power. And Andy had a lot of power.
Mm-hmm.
And that was his claim to fame, I think, is that he could, all he had to do was hit you once and it was all over.
Yeah.
But he lost all that weight, and now it's going to be interesting to see if he has any of that power back.
Yeah. Well, he's got fast hands.
He does, and he's quick. Yeah, for a heavyweight, they all kind of surprise you sometimes to see how fast they are, being that big.
Well, congratulations, Andy Ruiz.
I wonder if he made it back to the Valley yet.
I don't know, but he was advertising Imperial Valley, so that was neat to see also.
Yeah, it is, and he does some good promotions for the Valley. I think he kind of finds it funny that nobody knows where we are. And so he kind of rubs that in by saying, that's where I'm from.
Yes, sirree.
and of course, he also credits his mother country, Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So that's only right, since they're just like 15 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I don't know what his next step is, but I'm sure we're not going to have to wait as long as we did the last time.
Hopefully not.
Because he seems to be on the way back, and he's in I guess that was an elimination bout.
Yeah, I'm not really sure on that. Don't keep up with enough boxing.
I don't either, since we just don't have the stars anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Not the heavyweights anyway.
For sure, yeah.
And even the lighter weights are kind of disappearing.
Well, we better jump in as a heavyweight into the news.
We got some birthdays to go through. Thelma Houston, remember her?
Yes, I do.
Thelma Houston is celebrating a birthday today. As May 7th birthdays, Thelma Houston is 78 years old today. Singer-songwriter Bill Danoff, you ever heard of him?
I have not.
Starland Vocal Band.
Okay,
Afternoon Delight, he's 75 today. Drummer Bill Krautzman, I'm sure you heard of him. He was with Grateful Dead. He's 75. Director Amy Hackerling. And now, see, I didn't know this. She directed Clueless and Fast Times at Ridgemont High before female directors were popular. Now, that's quite an accomplishment. She's 69 today. And guitarist Phil Campbell of Motorhead is 60 years old today. I don't think I've ever heard anything by Motorhead.
No, I don't either.
Actor Tracy Lords, she has quite a history. She's 53. We won't go into that. And comedian Andy Bryant, he was on Saturday Night Live. He's all of 34, so he must have been on there rather recently. We have some local birthdays. Ready for them?
Coming up.
Coming up.
There's a lot going on right now, and broadcasters are on the ground covering all of it, bringing you the weather, the traffic, and breaking news, all while entertaining you 24 hours a day. Someone needs to tell you what's going on around the world and in our hometowns, and that someone is us. We are free radio. We are always there. We are broadcasters. Visit wearebroadcasters.com or text radio to 52886 to learn more. Furnished by NAB and this station.
Happy birthdays this morning going out to Caleb Deloge, Eva Murguia, Tom Ludlow, Richard Miranda, Jesse Laguna, Nabil Naujheim, Estella Moulton, Fermin Estrada, Christine Iyer, Mark Mannix, Melissa Chow, Carl Pearson, and Big Lou Dominguez. Happy birthday to each and every one.
KXO AM 1230 can help you publicize your nonprofit group's upcoming events, and we're happy to do it at no charge. To take advantage of our offer, we ask that you let us know about the event at least 2 weeks ahead of time. Write down the important information. You know, who, what, where, when, and so on. Include a name and phone number of a contact person and mail or deliver the information to KXO, 420 Main Street, El Centro, California, 92243. Our email address is kxoamfm@kxoradio.com. The information you supply may be used as community news, public service announcements on the KXO info line, or on our website. You're paying for promotion with another advertising medium. We do offer special nonprofit group rates to promote your event. KXO AM 1230 wants to work with you and your community group to make our Imperial Valley a better place. Tell us what's going on and we'll tell everyone else. KXO AM 1230, here to make a difference in the Valley.
And we've got the World California News headlines brought to you by Locke Air Conditioning, your year-round comfort specialist. For sales and service, call the experts at Locke Air Conditioning.
CBS News special report. 4 ex-Minneapolis police officers, including Derek Chauvin, indicted on civil rights charges in George Floyd's death. Former federal prosecutor Lori Levinson.
This is a significant development. They brought the charges as federal civil rights violations, causing George Floyd's death by depriving him of his constitutional rights.
Those rights to be free from unreasonable seizure and excessive force.
This is the type of charge, if proven, that could lead to a life sentence. So this means that these officers can face charges not only in the Minnesota courts, but also in the federal courts.
All 4 are charged with failing to provide medical care during and after Chauvin held a knee to Floyd's neck for almost. Chauvin was charged in a second indictment today in the arrest and neck restraint of a 14-year-old boy in 2017. Chauvin convicted of murder last month. CBS News special report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. LA and San Francisco counties now in the yellow reopening tier. Businesses increasing their capacity and happily welcoming back customers.
We are taking precautions, that we're following the rules, and they feel comfortable coming and enjoying themselves here at our place.
Brown, the owner of the Wee Olive Bar in Claremont, restaurants still limited to 50% capacity in LA County, but bars and breweries can turn their TVs back on and can host outdoor live entertainment. A lawyer for one of two Bay Area college students sentenced to life in prison for the stabbing death of an Italian police officer, reacting.
The verdict is confounding in both its lack of reason and its lack of compassion. It felt as if these judges were watching some other trial.
Ray Peters, the attorney for the family of defendant Finnegan Elder, he and Gabriel Natal Yorth sentenced to life. They're appealing, insisting they didn't know the victim was a police officer, thinking instead he worked for a drug dealer. 80s in Southern California, mid-90s in Palm Springs. Jeff Scott, California News.
And the World California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning. For your air conditioning and sheet metal needs, call Lock Air Conditioning today, 760-353-4501.
Do you check your Google search results regularly? You should. People often get their first impression of you or your business online. Negative comments on the internet can impact your life and your livelihood. Take control of your online reputation. Get your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com. It may reveal negative posts from an ex-employee, upset patient or client, news article, legal issue, or even exposed personal information right there in your Google search results. Uncover what's lurking on the internet about you with reputationdefender.com's patented scan and get your free reputation report card. Or for immediate assistance with your reputation, call 800-800-7134. Our cutting-edge technology helps make your Google search results look their best. Call 800-800-7134. That's 800-800-7134. 800-800-7134. Or take the free scan at reputationdefender.com.
And it's time for page one of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with two locations in the valley, in Brawley at Highway 86 and Juliet Drive, and in El Centro on Imperial Avenue right next to Food for Less. With page one of the local news, here is Gene Brister.
Well, little has changed when it comes to the COVID numbers. George Gale has the story.
The updated numbers provided by the County Public Health Department. According to the Thursday numbers, active cases of the virus are at 116 in Imperial County. That's one less than what was reported on Wednesday. Of the active cases, 13 are hospitalized, 7 in intensive care. There are 6 ICU beds available in the county. Positivity rate is at 9.72%. New cases per day per 100,000 population is at 7.23. For vaccine information, go to the state website, myturn.com or vaccinefinder.org. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
In other local news, a ribbon cutting for Imperial Valley's and California's first student housing tiny home village, Lotus Living Rise Above Resilience Community. That ribbon cutting will be this morning. In attendance will be Mayor Cheryl Walker, Assembly Member Eduardo Garcia, Senator Ben Hueso, Mike Kelly of the Imperial County Board of Supervisors Chairman, Rod Smart, and Dr. Martha Garcia, as well as Sierra Gibbs, an IBC student. The location of the ceremony will be 1998 North 12th or 12th and Broadshaw in El Centro. That'll take place at, I believe it's 1 o'clock this afternoon. We'll continue with more local news after this.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley and El Centro suggest the works. The works, including tire rotation and pressure check, brake inspection, fluid top-off, battery test, filter check, belts and hoses check, and synthetic blend oil change with up to 6 quarts of Motorcraft oil plus oil filter. You can't beat the works. Quick Lane services all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. Quick Lane in Raleigh and El Centro, ready to serve.
Well, nothing left but the cleanup. Here's more on the story.
The Southern Fire was originally reported on May 2nd. It was in the Agua Caliente area of San Diego County. Cal Fire Thursday morning updated the situation. Officials said the fire was now 100% contained. 4-day fire burned a total of 5,366 acres of mostly brush. The fire forced the evacuation originally of around 500, but no structures were damaged. No injuries were reported. The cause of the fire is under investigation. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And just a correction, the ribbon cutting this morning for the tiny homes, that will take place at 10 a.m. A special ceremony today at the Central Union High School. Here's more on that story.
It will be held this afternoon. Assemblyman Eduardo Garcia will host the ceremony. Garcia represents the 56th Assembly District, which includes Imperial County. Ceremony will be to recognize the Central Union High School mock trial team for its performance in the state finals. Central Union High School placed 7th in the state mock trial finals. Garcia will present certificates to the team members. One of the students was awarded the J. Skelly Wright Constitutional Advocacy Award, and Central Union High School teacher Anna Vizcaíno received the Adult Advocate of the Year Award. It was the Constitutional Rights Foundation 40th Annual California Mock Trial Finals. Following the ceremony, Assemblyman will tour newly renovated classrooms in the Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math building, supported in part by California Career Technical Education Incentive Grant Funds. Ceremony begins at 1 this afternoon at Central Union High School. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
The month of May is Mental Health Awareness Month. George Gale explains.
And the Board of Supervisors this week proclaimed May as Mental Health Awareness Month for 2021. The board said the county and the Imperial County Behavioral Health Services celebrate this month in order to recognize the positive mental health is essential to the overall quality of life and well-being of people across the Imperial County. They say nearly 44 million American adults and millions of children experience mental health conditions each year, including depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, and post-traumatic stress. Living through the COVID-19 pandemic, recent high-profile gun violence killings and racially motivated assaults has heightened the stress and trauma faced by many, adding to the numbers of people struggling with mental health challenges. Mental Health Awareness Month is a nationwide effort to address and overcome the stigma associated with mental health needs. To help promote the special month, you can wear green on Wednesdays and a green ribbon every day of the month. Visit Behavioral Health's international booth at the Imperial Valley Mall and or attend the drive-through event at 202 North 8th Street in El Centro on May 26th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
We'll be back with a look at the weather.
It's nice to explore your options when it comes to buying insurance, no matter what you're looking for. David H. West Insurance Services offers it all. And being an independent broker, we have many companies to choose from. We continue providing Medicare, life, and health plans, and now offer auto, home, and commercial insurance. David H. West Insurance Services can find the right insurance to fit your needs and budget. And best of all, a staff who cares about you. So don't hesitate to pick up the phone and call David H. West Insurance Services at 760-352-3411. That's 352-3411 for a free insurance review. That's 352-3411.
Here's George Gale with a weather update.
The high temperature yesterday, 99 degrees. The overnight low this morning, 66. National Weather Service has a slight cooling trend is forecast into the weekend, while weak high pressure and dry conditions prevail into early next week, keeping temperatures slightly above normal. Daytime breezy conditions will be common, especially over the next several days, while skies will mostly remain clear. Warmer temperatures for the latter half of next week are likely, as high temperatures should creep back to around the century mark. Weather forecast calling for sunny skies today, highs right near 98, south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, overnight lows around 63, west wind 15 to 20 miles per hour, decreasing to 10 to 15 miles per hour after midnight. Winds could gust as high as 25 miles per hour. Saturday, sunny skies, highs right near 95, south to southwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. And right now we are looking at 68 degrees, 50% the relative humidity. Air Pollution Control District says air quality moderate at the border in Mexicali. Air quality is good for the rest of the region. The news and the weather is brought to you this morning by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for health insurance plans and Medicare supplement coverage. David H. West Insurance Services.
1 to get ready.
We're ready.
2 to get set.
Tables are set.
And 3 to go.
Let's go.
Burgers and Beer is ready for you. We are open and our meals are fresh and made to your order. We are set. Our tables are set. Our condiment trays are fresh, stocked, and chilled. Our doors are open and it's go time. Come in and enjoy all your favorites at Burgers and Beer. The bacon is sizzling, the fries are frying, the burgers are cooking, and all of the beverages are ice cold. It's a good day at Burgers and Beer.
And it is sports time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. In Major League Baseball, it was the Rays over the Angels, 8-3. Arizona got by the Yankees. No, it wasn't Arizona. It was the Astros. Astros beat the Yankees 7-4. Phillies beat the Brewers by a score of 2-0. It was the Red Sox over the Tigers 12-9. Rangers beat the Twins 4-3. Mets got by the Cardinals 4-1. Cleveland defeated Kansas City 4-0, shut them out. It was the Blue Jays over the Athletics 10-4. Braves beat the Nationals 3-2. And the Marlins beat Arizona. They got by the Diamondbacks 3-1. Diamondbacks, the only National League West team playing this, like yesterday. Everybody will be in action today. In the NBA, it was the Clippers over the Lakers, 118-94. Lakers have more problems. Anthony Davis is injured again. Bulls beat the Hornets by a score of 120-99. Mavericks over the Nets, 113-109. Wizards and Raptors went into overtime. Wizards beat the Raptors in overtime, 131-129. Pistons over the Grizzlies, 111-97. Pacers got by the Hawks by a score of 133-126. And Warriors beat the Thunder 118-97.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District is open and ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer services, visit pmhd.org today.
In the world of golf, Phil Mickelson shot a 64. He's at the lead, the top of the leaderboard, Wells Fargo, after not making the cut in several other tournaments. Darren Clark, he shot a 66. He takes the region's tradition lead by 1 stroke. And Rafael Nadal in tennis, he reached the Madrid Open's the men's quarterfinals. Ashley Barty, she is into the women's final. That's it. That's a look at sports, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District.
What if the music stopped? If the familiar voices were silenced? If there were no breaking news updates? What if your companion and connection to your community came with a monthly fee? Don't worry, we're free local radio with you wherever you go, celebrating 100 years and looking forward to the next 100. We are broadcasters. Text radio to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Since 1901, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has provided the finest printing and copying services from start to finish. When you choose Imperial Printers Rocket Copy, you can feel confident in our expertise and personal attention to your project. We have a team of professional graphic designers ready to take your ideas and make them a reality. From promotional merchandise, full-color brochures, blueprints, and high-speed copies to business forms and everything else in between, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers dependable and affordable quality printing. Thank you for choosing locally owned and operated Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. We have convenient locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley.
And your financial news and weather brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offers live scan fingerprinting to the public. Stocks opened mixed this morning with the Dow Jones Industrial Average losing ground and the tech-heavy NASDAQ Composite jumping to the upside after a much weaker than expected April jobs report. The Dow fell 72 points, or 0.2%, to 34,477, while the S&P 500 was up 1 point at 4203, and the tech-heavy NASDAQ Composite rose 65 points, or 0.5%, to 13,698.
Southwest Security Company is a locally owned security company protecting your property or your business and now offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. Plus, they added Southwest Postal with post office boxes you can access 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, with shipping services too, using DHL, UPS, and FedEx. They're conveniently located at the corner of Heil and 4th Street in El Centro. And if you need something notarized, they can do that too. You can count on Southwest Security and Southwest Postal for 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
And we are looking for a sunny day today. Highs right near 98, south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, coming west-southwest in the afternoon. The financial news and weather brought to you by Southwest Security Services. They offer 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro. It's 8 o'clock at KXO El Centro, California. CBS News brought to you by the Imperial Valley Food Bank.
On the hour, your home for original reporting. I'm Steve. Indicted Derek Chauvin and 3 other former Minneapolis police officers, accusing them of violating George Floyd's civil rights. Chauvin's already been convicted of murder in Floyd's death, and the others are awaiting trial. Legal analyst Lori Levinson.
They brought the charges as federal civil rights violations, causing George Floyd's death by depriving him of his constitutional rights. Now, this is the type of charge, if proven, that could lead to a life sentence.
The government says only 266,000 jobs were created last month, way down from March. Business analyst Jill Schlesinger says it's evident some employers just can't find workers as they try to rebound.
The rational economic decision for somebody right now is if you can stay home and collect more money than you would have going out to work, then of course you're going to stay home and collect that money. This is actually an interesting problem that employers are going to have, which is they're going to have to pay up to get people in these positions.
Pfizer has filed for full approval of its COVID vaccine with federal regulators. Right now, as with other vaccines, it has emergency use authorization. Dr. Bob Lahita of New York Medical College says approval would allow the company to market directly to consumers.
So it's a game changer with regard to regulation, regulatory law, and legally, various groups can mandate that people get vaccinated. And I think that's the biggest issue.
Working late into the night, the Texas House took the first step to pass a Republican election bill. CBS's Adam Brister.
The amended bill lowers initially proposed criminal penalties for voting errors, gives partisan poll watchers some more power, but makes it easier to remove them for disruptions, and bans election officials from sending unsolicited absentee ballot applications.
Democrats call it a measure to restrict voting. There's news about a woman considered a rising Democratic star, Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms.
The decision that I have made after thoughtful prayer and consideration is not to seek another term as mayor of this city.
What started out as a bank transaction gone wrong turned into a confrontation and an hours-long standoff with police in St. Cloud, Minnesota. Chief Blair Anderson says a man took 5 employees hostage.
Some of the hostages were released by the suspect, and some flat out made a run for the door and made it out safely.
When the last one left, police moved in and made the arrests. Wall Street right now, the Dow is up 150 points. NASDAQ is up 174. This is CBS News.
CBS News Radio is your home for breaking news. With our team of reporters around the country and the world, we give you the coverage you can trust.
Welcome back to the quickest podcast ever, brought to you by Kohl's. Today's topic, Mother's Day. Ooh, gotta get one more gift at Kohl's. Nothing like the last minute. The deals are great. You can get a $39.99 Amazon tablet and 60% off jewelry. That's why I waited. You know, the deals. I mean, 15% off and Kohl's Cash. Gotta make Mom proud. And don't forget, get it in an hour or less with free store pickup. Yeah, procrastination really pays off. 15% offer ends May 16th. Some exclusions apply. See store at Kohl's.com for details.
If you're very quiet, you can hear it. The joy, the freedom, the crunch from 100% whole grain oats. Stay outside longer with Nature Valley Oats and Honey Crunchy Granola Bars. We are better outside.
Would you like a cleaning product that can be used in the garage, the laundry, and the kitchen, and save space in your cabinet? Hi, I'm Bruce Fabrizio, inventor of Simple Green. To learn more, visit us at simplegreen.com.
The family of a late musician and his doctor have avoided what could have been a prolonged court battle.
Black hole sun, won't you come? Court documents filed in Beverly Hills show Chris Cornell's widow, Vicky, and their 2 children have signed a confidential settlement with Robert Coughlin, who prescribed the musician anti-anxiety drugs. His family blames them for the Soundgarden frontman's erratic behavior before he died by suicide in 2017 at the age of 52. An autopsy found Ativan in his system, along with barbiturates and the anti-opioid drug naloxone. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
The University of Hartford played in the NCAA basketball tournament for the first time in March, but it might be one and done. The schools decided to drop down to Division III to save about $9 million a year. I'm Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Paid for by government.com. The 1920 to 1938 Buffalo nickel, a true American classic and one of the most iconic coins in history. It's been more than 80 years since the last Buffalo nickel coin was struck. But now, for a limited time only, full 1-pound bags of original U.S. government-struck Buffalo nickels are being released to the public. That's right, you can own a full pound of 1920 to 1938 classic American Buffalo nickel coins, all in very good collector condition, with fully visible dates and mint marks, guaranteed. Call 1-800-979-7267 now to secure a full pound of collector's grade U.S. Buffalo nickels struck during the Roaring '20s and the Great Depression. Plus, receive a bonus American collector's pack valued at over $10, free with every order. Call now, 1-800-979-7267 to secure your full pound bag of Buffalo nickels before they're gone. 1-800-979-7267. That's 1-800-979-7267.
No child in Imperial County should go hungry. This is John Levada from the Imperial Valley Food Bank. Living in a food-insecure home makes it difficult for children to perform efficiently in school and to face the challenges of being a child. I urge you to help these kids. Donate to the Food Bank's Backpack Program. Recipients are children who rely on school meals and risk going hungry on weekends when they're away from school. The IV Food Bank Backpack Program. Donate online at ivfoodbank.org.
And your CBS News has been brought to you by the Imperial Valley Food Bank. fighting hunger in Imperial County since 1991. Become a hunger warrior. Contact the Imperial Valley Food Bank at 760-370-0966.
Roto-Rooter, your plumbing and drain cleaning specialist. Roto-Rooter offers full services, from hydrojetting to camera inspection, water heaters, faucets, garbage disposals, anything that's clogged up. They'll take care of the problem right. Roto-Rooter is a locally owned family business with 56 years in the Imperial Valley. Call the experts at 760-352-6789 or 344-2533 on the north end. Roto-Rooter, when drains don't work, we do.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio.
I put my pants on, just like the rest of you, one leg at a time.
With George Gale.
Except, once my pants are on, I make gold records.
AM 1230.
I could have used a little more cowbell.
KXO.